I'm Sibel, and I'm a mixed media painter and an art educator. And what I'm excited for about this project is really seeing the amazing things that you guys are already doing, but also like what kind of ideas you have and the way you're able to use this project to tell a story.
As a youth, we don't always get the mic and we don't always get the opportunity to actually speak for ourselves. So in this box, I kind of showed it. As a youth, as a young mujer, we have power.
The paper, the objects, even working with this box, it just, everything in my mind made sense to me.
It felt relaxing and good because I don't really get to do this as often. It made me like want to do this more.
This kind of let me tell a story that has real meaning to it. Have your mind freely like roam around.
At my school, we don't have art classes. It makes me kind of sad because I'm always just focused on doing my homework, reading books. I don't really get time to like just chill and be creative.
Just by looking at their boxes, I can see a lot of really prevalent characteristics and that like jump out at you, and I thought that was cool.
I'm a very poetic person. I really like to write poetry. The poem's basically about like love and how we like portray it and how it's seen in our community. This right here, I'm not sure where I was going with it. It was kind of like a little medicine box, and inside it said happy. Like it was just like a bunch of like happy pills. Now in this time, me being a teenager, it's kind of hard to find like self-love. So like we rely on things that are not very healthy instead of trying to find something that's in a little box, expand your horizons. Here we have a Know Your Rights little card because I'm also an organizer. Here on the top, it says Dubs because I'm very rooted into Oakland and I was grown in the Dubs, which is in the 20s. And so that's kind of how I've always represented myself as Dubs. A little something of me in like a little box.
Back in the dinosaur time, the dinosaurs were able to roam freely wherever they wanted to, without having any struggle, going wherever they pleased. But if you would bring ICE members or anybody who believes that people should stay in their own countries, they would try to separate everything like they're doing now, which is a real struggle for everyone. Just because people are trying to survive and in their countries they're struggling, ICE people just represent a huge barrier to anybody who's trying to live a better life.
I just started choosing stuff because I thought it looked nice. So it was like more like visually, like I wanted it to look nice. I chose this photo of my aunt and I chose that because she goes to UC Berkeley and she's the first in our family kinda to go to college and to stay in college. So I really look up to her.
The way I did my box was kind of in a way that you can move it around, cover it, and then unveil it. There's layers to a person that you don't necessarily know, and these are just the ones that you can see. And inside my box, I have different layers of what I considered myself. If I were to think of an animal that represents myself, I'm a lion. I also put flowers here because I feel like after every situation, after everything you go through, there's always time to bloom once again. A wolf is just like looking back and acknowledging your history, your family history, your ancestors and everything, their stories. So it's always like a reminder to never forget where you come from. And despite like everything it's going on around you or what's happening, like you can always just go back and close.
I have like a nature theme going on with my box. I wanted to focus on El Salvador and Oakland because that's where I'm from. I have 10 yuan in here that I brought from my house because I like to travel and that's when I went to China. I also have a little Know Your Rights card because I really want to help my community.
My name is Claudia Yulisa Suarez, and this is my box. This is my older son and daughter. They big already. And this is my youngest daughter, Sochi. Ulises, little Claudia. And I love flowers, animals. I love giraffe, that's why I live here. I love chicken. And this is my friend Anna, that's why I live here. And the gorilla means my husband. That's a joke. I like it.
Yeah, I noticed that you were like one of the first to get up and grab stuff.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean this is nice to do it. Yeah.
Better than cooking, huh?
And I love cooking all the times. That's my life, cooking, working hard. Yeah. Thank you, Claudia.
Oh, thank you, Mom.
So this is. There you go, so chill.
Okay. I actually found a drawing in a book, and I really love art and literature, so that was perfect for me. And I found this really nice design, nice patterns. It's just very colorful, and my mom made the flowers, so it's very beautiful. Thank you.
I have a lot of fun making my box. I put this because it represents my love of filmmaking, and also I thought it was cool because it's kind of like a spotlight into my life, if you want. And then the butterfly, it represents migration. You know, butterflies don't see borders. I liked having the original Polaroid photos down here. Those are the ones that my mom took when I was little. And then these are like the modern Polaroid photos. Each picture represents like a important person or part of my life. So.
Have you guys ever done art, all three of you together?
Not together. I don't think together.
No, not together. That was cool, yeah.
But we clean a lot together.
Yes, we clean a lot. Cleaning is art.
I haven't done any art in a long time, just because my school doesn't offer any art elective classes, so that sucks. So being here today and being able to just express some of my art is pretty good. I love art, so.
Project today?
It just reminded me how good it feels to like express myself through like art. I feel like we never make time for that anymore. Like I don't, at least.
It was nice because it inspired me. We don't have art in school. They told us that our school wasn't getting enough money. I thought that wasn't right, but still they said no.
I have this image. I wanted it to kind of be the centerpiece. Basically, it's an image of my mom's family in a refugee camp in Thailand after escaping from under Pol Pot's regime. This picture is really, really, really like old, and I just really love it, and it has a lot of history behind it. I wanted to put stars up here just to like signify how like you could reach up to the stars, kind of, because like, you know, they escaped terror and violence and murders, and so that's what the stars symbolize. Here's this little blackout poem that I made. Not know where to go, and they didn't know how to get there, but we're winding there anyway, and that is one thing I know for certain. And I don't know, that really clicked with me. I really liked it. And then this thing here, what it reminds me of is my dad, because he wears this like scarf sarong thing where it just covers like his lower body, and it reminds me a lot of him.
So I'm really big on activism and black and brown power. I put Deep East Oakland because that's what we call it. That's why I put it there. I'm really big on my culture. There's like Salvadorian related paintings and stuff like that.
I was born in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, and my parents are also from Mexico, so it's very meaningful to me. It kind of reminds me of the houses in Vallarta. They're very like colorful and vibrant. I kind of want to do like a piñata up here, like hanging, sort of. It kind of just reminds me of like my childhood home. So yeah, it just portrays like where I come from. It's very traditional.
As you can see, I had a bunch of baby heads, and I got a cactus with multiple different colors, and I have like a bunch of animals inside. Doesn't really mean much, but I just think it's like, I guess kind of represents me because like kind of weird. Kind of just shows.
What I was trying to do here is trying to like remind me of stuff. I like going in the water, so I put some like beads in here because the water's kind of crystal. I like candy, so I put some candy in there. And I like going in bed sometimes, so I put a little bed here, and I like my family, so I put pictures. So that's what my box is about.
Both of my siblings are engineers, so it reminds me of my brother, it reminds me of my sister. I did kind of the little like Black Forest and then the different vials of blood because health has been a big thing that has affected me over time, and I end up having to get blood drawn a lot. I chose these 3 slides because this one was a wind god and these 2 are Pablo Picasso paintings. Pablo Picasso was really big to me when I was growing up. I have a little succulent because it reminds me of my mom, and a seashell because my family is from a coastal state in Mexico. That's where I was born, in Nayarit. And I left the spot in the middle blank because I felt like there was kind of something missing, and I figured I'd add it in later. There's a certain type of art they do in the state where I'm from. I'll put that in the center of it because I feel like that's really a key part of my identity, and that's what should be showcased in the middle.
I'm a senior, so at this time it's really hard, like everything's all gathered up. Just putting like my emotions into this box really helps, so it was like very healing for me.
I've always loved art when I was a kid, and I stopped doing it. So doing this reminded me of how much I like to draw and how much I like to express myself. So yeah, I felt great.